Midlife crisis? Could be, or it just could be part of your natural 7-year cycle. Aloha, I'm David. Welcome Beyond the Veil. You know, most of us have experienced huge changes and transitions in our lives, whether it's a change of job or career or partner, and sometimes it feels like our lives are falling apart, huge upheavals. But oftentimes there are cycles and forces at work kind of behind the scenes that we're not always aware of. Now, over the years, most of the people I've worked with as clients or workshop participants had no idea that there is a 7-year cycle that unfolds in most people's lives. And if you just take a few minutes to think back over your own lifetime and look at the milestones at these 7-year marks, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, and so on, you might notice that there were some big transitions that happened around those ages. Now, it's not exact. I mean, this is kind of a big cycle, just like not every woman is an exact 28-day cycle. These larger cycles do vary, and sometimes they are dramatic and traumatic, but sometimes these transitions are a little bit more subtle, and it might take a couple of years of hindsight to see that, oh yeah, I did go through a big change back then. But these 7-year cycles are really significant points in our lives. I mean, in my own life, when I was 7 years old, I had a huge change. My family picked up and moved from paradise in Hawaii, and we moved to suburban Chicago. And that wasn't just a change in climate. It was a huge cultural change as well, and kind of a tough move for me. At the age of 35, I completely walked away from a career in music. I was in a band living in London, walked away from that, moved back to Hawaii, and discovered healing and really started down my spiritual path. And I'm sure looking back at your own life, you'll find some major transition points around these ages that are multiples of 7. Now, there are 2 milestones that are particularly significant. At the age of 42, a lot of women go through a really big change, and this has a lot to do with the divine feminine kind of coming up to the surface in their lives. For a lot of women that did not grow up accepting and embracing their power, accepting their divine femininity, the age of 42 tends to be a huge transition point. For men, the transition point tends to center around the age of 49, which in the numerology that I work with, 7 is all about change and transition. So at 49, it's the 7th cycle in a 7-year cycle. So huge change point, typically for males around the age of 49. Now, we all know that our energies are a balance and a mix of masculine and feminine energies. And for those of us who have more of a balanced energy, we'll tend to experience both transition points. Now, at the age of 42, both my wife and I had a huge transition, a big change at age 42. In fact, we look back on our lives now and think about, okay, everything that happened up until the age of 42 was like our first life. And everything that happened since then, when we came together, when we started, going down a completely new path individually and together, it's like first life, second life. This 7-year cycle is something that's happening kind of invisibly behind the scenes, but as you become aware that it's there, it starts to help you understand maybe some of the big changes that you went through, upheavals that you experienced throughout your life. And if you're entering into your 40s, just having the awareness that women tend to have a big transition around 42, men around the age of 49. These are life-changing experiences, but it's more like a caterpillar going through a metamorphosis. When you come out of the other side, you're this beautiful butterfly that can fly. That's pretty cool. Okay, here's a bonus. There's also a 9-year cycle at work in the human lifetime. Now, if 7s are about transition, 9s are about completion. It's about the completion of a process or a phase and the beginning of a new one. So you can also look back on your lifetime and look ahead and look at these multiples of 9, ages 18, 27, 36, and so on, and look at areas where you were bringing some of your life lessons or life experiences to a close, maybe bringing a relationship to a close, whether it's with work or with another person. But 9 is also a significant cycle within the human lifetime. And hopefully just being aware of these cycles of 7 and 9 years can help you bring a little bit more understanding to your life and help prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for the times ahead. Anyway, if you like this video, please share it with the people you care about and subscribe to my channel. And if you want more good stuff that I only share with my email list, go on over to davidbauer.com and sign up. It's quick and easy. Remember, when you reach beyond the veil, you're actually reaching into your own light, into your infinite potential. You are an amazing being and you're here for a reason. You have wisdom and abilities beyond your imagination, and it's time to start remembering who you truly are. I'm David. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Beyond the Veil. Aloha.